come back to the third quarter and you lose, you give up 46 points. I have to say this, yes, Golden State Warriors were not full strength. No doubt about that. However, it's still, the season started and everybody had an eye out on the Clippers, of course, because they'd gotten Steph Curry. And then the Clippers go out and take out the Lakers the way they do, and they come up against Golden State Warriors and they've won you for in their new center for their first game, just destroyed you like that on your first game.
Yes.
So that is the competition, that is the standard everybody is holding you on to. You can't say because Klay Thompson was not around, maybe we didn't get some points from him. No, that's not enough. You are the Golden State Warriors. You can say that, okay, so injuries depleted your team last season and maybe that's why you lost the NBA playoffs to the Toronto Raptors. We can forgive you, but to start the season against the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and losing again, it's just not the kind of start you want to have. But what the Clippers are doing is that they are throwing down the gauntlet. We are the team in the West to beat. Every other team has to come through us, and then they take the biggest scalp in the West, which are the Golden State Warriors. It doesn't leave much. So right now, Kawhi Leonard has taken out LeBron James. He's taken out Steph Curry. Who's next?
I wonder.
Who's next? That's the big question this morning. All right, let's move on to our next story. And I had a question for Tega when I saw this. Nigerian sports minister approves overpayment refund to IAAF. Don't forget, a few months back, we talked about this and they said, we're not going to give you back your money. It's ours now. Well, sports minister Sunday Diary claims he has approved the refund of a payment wrongly given to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria by the International Association of Athletics Federations. In a post on Twitter, Diary promised the funds should reach the IAAF account in a few days. The erroneous payment of $150,000 accidentally sent to the AFN by the IAAF sparked a crisis at the national governing body.
Okay, so first thing I must mention, don't mind Ayo, is that ministers have changed. Hence, the stance has changed. Because Solomon Dalon was like, what did we do? They put money in the account, we used it. So did we ask them for money? Were they owing us and they gave us money?
So the question I'm asking is that if they say that they've used the money for the competition, where did Diary see money?
Don't be asking me this question. I was not there. I can only answer to you what the minister said.
They will cut their losses.
So they will fight. Look, at the end of the day, this minister has to start doing certain stuff. He can't be posting on Twitter all the time. He has to start bringing results. So you have to think about it. The Super Falcons, they qualify for the Olympics. Chan Eagles are not going to Chan. You have to give one positive news. You went to the World Championships and brought one medal. And the girl didn't even come to Nigeria. She went straight back to school. So you have to start getting some wins. And I would say this: he's taking I don't know how, because I don't know that there are many people that thought about this, that this was the news he was going to use to get back into some good graces. But he had to locate one problem and just fix it. Now he has come out to make it look like, maybe because it's the same administration, I don't want to get into politics, that's none of my business, but maybe because it's the same administration, he's come out to say, well, that Solomon Dalong, who is the former minister, had paid some of the money, so he's only paying half. But we know what Solomon Dalong said. We didn't hear about him refunding half of the money. So I don't know why this part of the PR is involved. But on Twitter yesterday, he came out to say it's not like he's going against completely, but the former administration had paid half, so he's paying half. I'm like, dude, don't do that PR. Just pay and go. Shut up and go. I think it's a step in the right direction. Do the needful. But for him to come out and say that, this paying back of the money has returned Nigeria's reputation, Chakwa. It's not true.
Why do you think so? Like, that hasn't returned it hasn't repaired our reputation.
Repaired your reputation. Look, the things that have destroyed your reputation, it's not this money alone. So it's not this one act that's going to all of a sudden make people start thinking Nigeria, wow, the country that will return your funds. No, there's not going to be a campaign like that. Your reputation is not.
See, we moved 15 steps up in the ease of doing business. We have moved 15 steps up in the
On paper and in real life, because I've been doing business since. But let's not go into that one. That's for freshly pressed people and Brutus. However, on this note, it's a good thing that we've paid back. But the what I would say about this is he has taken the first right step. He's paid the IAAF back. Let's see how he handles other things. Olympics is next year. I keep saying it. We are already 3 years behind in preparation. Let's see what his preparations are towards the Olympics.
Thank you.
So Stan Wawrinka was forced to withdraw from Friday's Basel quarterfinal showdown against best friend Roger Federer with a back injury just an hour after struggling past America's Francis in a grueling second round clash. The bad news is that I will have to retire, as what the 34-year-old three-time Grand Slam winner said after his 6-3, 3-6, 7-5 win. I had some trouble with my back in the last game. I'm sure I cannot make it for tomorrow, which is Friday. That's today. I'll pull out, is what he said.
Oh, yeah. This is just so sad. Especially for I would say this especially for Francis Tiafoe, whom he played yesterday, because it was such a fantastic match. It was great. It was tight. Unfortunately for Francis Tiafoe, he made too many errors, and that's how he lost that match on errors strictly, because he would set up a great point and then lose the easiest thing, and so for him to lose that match and then find out that the person that won is not even going to be able to make it, he's like, dude, why didn't you just let me pass? You know, why did you stop me from going if you're not even going to go to the party? But what it is Stan Wawrinka had picked. He'd come back from injury and he was trying to find his form and his rhythm, and it seemed he had just done that in the last month, only for this back injury to now crop up. And here's what is tricky: it's not something that would last, but it's just something that can take you out from the game the very next day. Yes. Because maybe by next week he'll be all right. So it's disappointing for him, especially and for us, the audience, because I know how many people were waiting to see Stan Wawrinka take on Roger Federer. It's something that you want to see. Amazing tennis, fantastic, the battle of the backhands. You want to see that. And then the atmosphere will be charged. You're playing, both of them are from Switzerland. They're playing in Switzerland. So the crowd is just going to be amazing. And of course, let's talk about TV rights. But, let's not talk about TV rights. Of course, that is not happening. For Roger Federer, that may be a little sad, because now he does not have a match to keep him sharp. So a competitive match. So yes, he's going to do his usual training. He's going to get on to probably train with, but it's not the same thing as having to compete into the semi-final. And that's the struggle. That not competing, because I'm looking at the other guys that can beat Roger Federer on the tour. Well, I think I only see Tsitsipas. But when those people are match sharp and you have to face them, then it leaves you a little rusty, and sometimes you now have to get into a flow before you get back into the match, and because it's a best of 3 sets, the match might be over before you even get into the real form. So for him, I think it's tricky. But for Stan Wawrinka, very sad news, because he was just getting into that performance mode where he was able to compete with the rest of them. Sad one.
All right, sad one. Sorry, Wawrinka. All right, Lewis Hamilton, let's talk about that. But before then, Bosun in Traffic has something to say about you and paying up Tega and Val. Val, what happened to the WWE intro you gave on Tuesday? She didn't pay up, Abby.
Yes.
Tega, that's the kind of intro you get when you don't pay up.
Thank you, Bosun. High five.
The traffic guy.
Also, I'm the guy driving behind you. Better be careful.
All right, so Lewis Hamilton has defended his use of social media to raise awareness about global environmental issues. The 5-time world champion has been accused of hypocrisy because of his role in Formula One and the high number of flights he takes every year. This is what he said. it's not easy as we are traveling the world and our carbon footprint is higher than the average homeowner who lives in one city. Did I get his voice?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
You
gosh.
can never get a Lewis Hamilton voice because he doesn't even have a voice. He's up and down. Yeah. You know, when he's in America, like in Mexico, he sounds American. Then when he goes back to London, he sounds like a British
yeah.
boy. You know, and then when he goes to Monaco, he sounds like whoever. But so you can't get it. However, this is about a post that Louis put up when he was saying that he just sometimes he just feels like giving up, that we're killing our planet. Basically, he wants people to go to be vegan, you know, have your plant-based diet. I don't know what that is. Can't even sell it to me. And so he puts that up, and everybody's looking at him like, dude, you are the one of the biggest carbon emitters in the world with your career alone. Let's not even count his. Have you seen Lewis Hamilton's quality?
I haven't.
Oh,
I'm just literally about to go on
his babies, like he calls them.
Yep.
So you can imagine the guy that's a connoisseur of cars, and he's using them, and they're not Tesla. So you can't come and be saying we are killing the planet just because we are not eating plant-based diet, and meanwhile driving everywhere, flying everywhere, and emitting all kinds of carbon. Dude, so people came at him, and so he's saying that, yes, even if my career does this, it doesn't mean I will not use my social media to still fight it. Yeah, but you can't, you know, you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones, darling.
He didn't think it through.
You know, I understand. I think he could have still said about your body, if he had come at it and say, you know what, if you see, this is what this kind of junk food does to your body, this is how it clogs up your arteries, people should
Stay
have
healthy.
it's one thing, but to come out and throw a tantrum and say I feel like just giving up, give up now, who cares? You've made your money, you've been paid, go home and sleep, let us see road. You know, so it was the way he did that. People were saying, you know, you can't be judging other people when you're guilty of. I mean, take out the log from your eye before you take out bean seed from our own eye. At least we're eating our food into our body. You are emitting your carbon everywhere, you know. So I understand what they mean. I understand what it also means. And again, for me personally, you know, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I must say this: when you open a restaurant that's plant-based, and then you come and start saying I'm fighting for people to eat healthy, I don't see the humanity in it. I just see the business. So we should all go to your restaurant and eat your plant-based food. I'm sorry, you can't sell me on it. I'm not the best person to sell me on that. So yeah, it was shoddy PR. I don't know who advised him, and I know he has. It's his personal handle. He can do what he wants, and he has already deleted everything from his personal handle before when he had that issue with his nephew in a dress. So I know he can do whatever he wants with his social media, but when you start judging people, expect to be judged back. So this Grand Prix, nobody has asked him, oh, how is Ferrari going to do? They're like, how dare you put out that post on your social media handle? What is wrong with you? I hope he responds this weekend with something on the track, because if he does win, he does get about more points than Valtteri Bottas, like 14 points more than Valtteri Bottas. Then he's won the championship this season. What it is that I don't think there'll be that much gap between himself and Valtteri Bottas, which is why I don't think the championship can be wrapped up in this Grand Prix. But anything can happen. It's a mechanical sport. There's reliability issues. So let's wait and see.
I was looking through his endorsements, the list of brands that are buying. I was looking for an eco-friendly company, but
no, you won't find.
He's worth $51 million though.
You won't find.
Cruz sent the message, says, Tega, Trump does it. Twitter work. Let's take a break. We're back for more here on the Room 981.
The grown-up way, right here.
I'm looking at he cannot come to Nigeria.
Hamilton. We'll bring it.
How much of what you know today did you learn in the classroom? Education is not confined to the four walls of the classroom.
He's always doing all this. Yeah, this is. Oh God, this is just disgusting. He doesn't have to show us this.
Find out more at this year's edition of Edu 360 Union Bank. If you're a teacher, a parent,
how do you pronounce this, Tega? Consejo.
join us as
Consejo. Spanish. So Consejo Superior
Yeah.
de Deportes.
Just say Spain Sports Council. Because even the people that listen to you don't know what you're talking about.
Consejo Superior de Deportes. Spain Sports Council. Oof.
Oh, sorry, they're made for my meat. I should go vegan. Yeah, mad. I'm not going any vegan. I have one life, darling. I'ma chop all the meats.
I didn't know he was so.
Oh, he's plant-based diet only. He even has a restaurant. So me, when I saw that post, I was just like, he just wants us to go and patronize
somebody
you.
said that under this comment. Somebody said Lamborghini, Ferrari all have leather seats.
Yes, now,
Animals.
and he gets the top notch. Oh. So he's not using cloth seats. He's using leather seats.
Then you should shut up.
My point.
It's not sustainable.
You know,
I'm just on this. It's not sustainable.
you need to see his array of cars, his babies. Then he's coming to tell me nonsense. Then he has private jet. Okay, I heard he has sold his private jet, but he still flies from Australia to Doha, from March to December, and to December 2nd, and he's not telling me stories that touch. Okay, don't try me. Oh. But I like Louis Hamilton.
I love him.
But I will pick on you if you pick on me. This life is hot like that.
We are going to the beach this weekend. Just take photos.
I hope the rain will allow you.
I hope it doesn't rain.
I don't know why this guy talks about things like this. What does he mean? He feels like going to the beach. What's happening there? Is there a barbecue? Nature. Cool. You like nature, now you didn't see. Was the outside when breeze they blow you come out shots. Just sit down anyhow. I thought you were still looking through Louis.
No,
He will show you. The other day he now put a bunch of dead pigs and I said, "This is how you get your bacon." I was like, "Yep, the good Lord made them all."
No, I won't even follow him because of that. If he's going to be showing me nonsense like that.
I was like, dude. He put some fancy pictures. But I think what happens is when he goes to the restaurant and sees that the books are not balanced, he's like, let's get more vegan. That's what I see in my head. People have not come into this restaurant. They don't like the burger. We're just going to put it up. They killed 5 cows to get this done.
One day you gonna make them.
Oh, goodness.
1, 2, 3, go.
Why are you punishing me with this kind of song?
I love it.
Access more than banking.
Again.
And it's not even a bank that has given me money before. I beg.
Who is this?
Dad, this is money.
T-Buddy, meet my dad.
Who is T-Body? My dad could never have done this.
One.
Sit down. What do you do?
Oh,
Who are
yeah,
you? My dad doesn't have time. Check on YouTube.
Please do.
Oh, they're
Valentine dancing.
I've seen it all. Really. Quadri, don't hate. Don't hate. Okay.
So we'll come back with the YouTube messages for me.
All right. Cool. So, please bring us in.
YouTube messages are just we can't see Tega.
You don't need to see me
actually
then.
There's actually no comment on sports.
And just read the other ones at least. The other one that is not on sports. If that's the comment, that's what I said now about.
That was off air.
Studio.
What is talking
Mics
about
are up.
off air? All right, Lagos, it's still Lagos. Locker Room 981. Yeah, I was about to move a step further, but this is Locker Room 981 with the one, the only Tega Supreme.
Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna give you anything. Just so
Don't
you
worry,
know.
I know it's fine. I do it for the love. All right, let's take some comments before we go on. Now, if you'd like to send in your comments to get, be a part of the conversation this morning, send to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. This one is from Amara. Amara says, Tega. Oh, fellow drivers will just be wondering why I'm smiling to myself alone in the car. Babe, you make this ride fun. Cheers.
That's
Oh,
so
thank
nice.
you.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much for your
Amara.
message, Amara. On YouTube, we have a few comments. This one, Quadri actually says, Tega, go home and sleep. Let us see road. Read Worry Talk. Will always come out. Looking all pang. But sadly, we can't see you with the clogs and microphones blocking you. You've
Sorry
seen her
about
now,
that.
finally. And Quadri, I see what you said. Don't worry, I'll come back. I'll come back to that. And on Twitter, we'll have a few comments as well. This one is from Ogbeni Kemafe. Please keep them coming with the hashtag lockerroom981. And also on WhatsApp, we have more messages.
All right. So, whilst you send in your messages, we will take some comments, some
More stories.
more stories here. Now, don't forget to watch, behind the scenes. So that talk about Worry Road was off air. So if you want to know what's going on and off air, please follow us on YouTube and search for our stories there.
La Liga have announced will appeal a legal court and to the Spanish Sports Council against the decision by the Royal Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, to move the season's first Clásico between Barcelona and Real Madrid to the 18th of December. A La Liga statement read, in view of the resolution made by the competition committee and the documents in the report, La Liga has decided to appeal to the legal courts and to Consejo Superior de Deportes, that's the Spain's Sports Council. The ruling is expected to take months, meaning it will come long after the game is played. And the league said it didn't ask for a stay on the match because that would only generate uncertainty among fans in Spain and across the world who want to see the game.
Okay, so here is the fight. Now, because of the protests, both clubs are removed, and then the competitions committee now says, okay, which date will be suitable for both of you? They said December 18th. Here's La Liga's problem with this. December 18th is a Wednesday. Number one, they don't think they will have the views that they would have had over a weekend. For the typical El Clasico time, 9th on Saturday, they don't think they'll have that number of people, and they need that because at the end of the day, they are pushing a brand. So in as much as the players are saying, "Oh, we want to do this," or the clubs are saying, "Want to do this or want to do that," this is convenient for us. It's a business.
Mhm.
They have to make their money.
Mhm.
So they're saying first of all, Wednesday is not a good time. Can we look at December? Can we look at another date? And some point out in December 4th, but can we look at another date? And it was the company decided this, and these are bodies that check the La Liga, and this is how you know that structures function.
Yeah.
Because La Liga is the owner of the competition. No? These two clubs agreed to play in this competition that La Liga formed. But these two clubs have their say, and they have people that can fight for them. And sometimes the people that fight for them will be fighting against the people that are organizing the tournament itself. So that's what it is. You cannot try that in the NPFL here. Who born you? it is when the club chairman say we'll play. What do you mean council of the competition committee? Who is that? Whose father? Who is his father? And so now that the La Liga is not happy with the committee, the competitions committee's resolution, they can now go to the sports council and say, this is why we want this date changed. So they also have where they can get their own respite. So for me, it is not the argument between the clubs and La Liga that is baffling. It's the fact that you can even talk. There's such a good structure that every party has who is speaking for them and who can fight for them.
And it works.
It's an amazing thing. But I would think like La Liga, even the players would, at the end of the day, think about their marketability and say, you know what, there'll be more eyes on me on this particular. But at the end of the day, they will have to figure it out. Because sometimes the clubs will think about it. If I have too many games back to back, I will think about how much I can get a result out of it.
Of course,
first.
it's money, it's money, money, money. Now let's talk about this Arsenal match that a number of people have been sending comments about. Now Emery has heaped praise on Nicolas Pepe after his match-winning free kicks for Arsenal in the Europa League against Victoria, calling them perfect. Now he says every new player usually needs time for adaptation. Pepe is a very good player, and we believe in him totally.
Okay. So for once yesterday, some Arsenal fans saw Pepe play and they decided that maybe it was right for us to pay decent money for him. Me, I'm still not sure about the 72 million, but decent money for those 2 free kicks. He's worth some decent money. No, not that amount, but still some decent money. Yeah. But this is not my analysis to carry. Take it away.
Yeah, it was a good one for Nicolas Pepe yesterday night. And after being on everybody's lips for the wrong reason, everybody have been expecting much of him. Somebody that come from a league that is called 23 goals and 12 assists, coming second to Kylian Mbappe, and they are the second on the league in Ligue 1. And coming to us now, everybody was expecting much of him. Having played previous game, 11 matches, and scored only 1 goal. And yesterday night, it was as if Emery was like, okay, who can come and rescue me? I need someone to save my job. And he was like, boss, I can do it. And he came on and he scored a beautiful, fantastic free kick. And Emery was attested to that, like, okay, he saved me. The free kick was perfect, and he has made everybody look as if, okay, I think we should pay balance. The 72 million is kind of, maybe it's worth it or not. And he has made his name in every Arsenal's fans' mind. And it was a good one for Nicolas Pepe and Arsenal yesterday night.
Brilliant. Wonderful. That's great. We're really excited. Well, go on. Take some comments before we go. On Chelsea, I think Lampard has found the blueprint and his young players are putting in great shifts. On Arsenal, Unai is trying so hard to ruin our UCL chances with this no Ozil policy. He should be thanking Atarodo Pepe for not allowing us to be Alakoba FC yesterday.
For a second, I thought Atarodo was somebody's name, but it's actually Atarodo. Pepe. Big E from Ketu says, Ayo, did you feel the Pepe yesterday?
The Pepe!
Thank God we bought him for 70 million. Okay. That Pepe tasted very well. He said it delivers twice. Now Yoruba man is pleased. If you know, you know.
Honestly, you Arsenal fans are special.
I'm telling you. Says Pepe came to the rescue of Emery, but questions still remain. As far as I'm concerned, he meant to say this team will find its level in the relegation zone.
You're still saying that. Okay. Sly is saying Okwemi now with Smooth FM. That's good. And Tega is doing a good work. Well done, Tega.
Tega, that's your new name, eh? Tega Supreme is a handle on Twitter, and follow the activities of Ladies in Sport at LIS International or the update for the show or the program they have lined up for November. Next, we get to talk for a Feel Good Friday, Lagos. Stay tuned to Smooth 98.1.
People should tell me to go and do my flyer.
Go and do your flyer.